Hello everybody, welcome back to Road to Master. I hope you're all having an amazing day. We're starting off with the black pieces against a 1990 from Portugal. We have a d4 here. Let's go for a knight f6, see where we get to. I don't know why I drew an e4 line there. Oh, we have a London. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. We'll go knight e4 and we'll go for this stupid anti-London system. Beginning with g5. Now, we have just played a game like this in the tournament, which I've just played. So, hopefully we know a bit of the lines. We're in for an interesting game anyway. They've not played the best lines, so we should be getting a good attack out of this. Emphasis on the word should. Bishop e5 is not playable here. You have to go h3, right? I don't know what the proper line actually is here. I think after knight to e4, you probably have to go knight bd2. Anyway, they've played h3, and we're not going to let this bishop escape, so we're just going to take that. We can think about going h4. I think as well g4 is also a potential move. I don't know, though. I think bishop d6 works. The difference here is that we've not played d5, which is interesting, because we might struggle to get this light square bishop out. So we could potentially be looking for a fianchetto, which would be good. I think here we can go queen f6 as well. Looking for the immediate g4. Queen f6, something else. G4. Takes, rook takes, queen takes. Potentially knight moves somewhere. Yeah, potentially. We could also potentially be looking for a h4. I think is also a valid move. Let's go queen f6, I think works. We're making immediate threats there at least. So that's got to be a plus, right? We can think about c5 as well with the queen attacking b2. Works. We can think about either pawn push. I'm still undecided. h4 seems more natural. But g4 probably is the better move, if that makes sense. I can't really explain it, but if that makes sense, then sure. G4 takes, rook takes, queen takes, knight back. There, that does not look good because of queen g7. Knight back there. Let's go for a c5. I would like to get this knight in the game as well, if possible. It seems to be threatening things. And we've got this sort of trap, like we said as well. This doesn't look like a good move. Can we take? Takes, queen takes. Knight up. Queen check. Queen can't check. So we just continue developing, right? We just continue developing. I don't see what's particularly wrong with it. We'll take the rook. And the thing is, the king's in the center of the board, which can only really be good for us, I think. We do need to free up this bishop. We do. We're threatening to take this. They're probably going to have to play a c3. Yep. And we need to sort this bishop out. So let's do that, I guess. I mean, there's nothing else to really do, I don't think. Knight there is something we didn't see. is fine, though. Not. Ah, we have to go there. Ugh, yucky. It's fine, though. Unfortunately. Yeah, it's fine. We might be going down a pawn. Yeah, that's something we overlooked there. That was silly. The threat, by the way, is Queen E7, Queen back, Queen blocks, and then Knight takes is a free piece for them. We're lucky here that the bishop covers that. Knight takes, we have check, and then take this maybe, so we might be good that way. Because knight blocks back, and then it blocks in the bishop. They go for that. Okay, let's go Queen F4. It's not a move I want to make either. I'm not too stressed about losing this. We have a Rook G8 minimum, which potentially wins back this G-pawn. And with this bishop's potentially looking at the other G-pawn as well. So that's interesting. We've definitely got not a good as position as I want out of it, though, which isn't ideal. Isn't ideal at all. But we got to do what we got to do, you know? We got to do what we got to do. And if that means giving up a pawn, it means giving up a pawn. We've got adequate compensation, I think. You can call it that. I think you can call it that. Yeah. So they're giving us this pawn, which is crazy to me. They're just giving us that. I can just take that, right? Surely. Surely I'll just take that. We have knight there, absolute worst case if we need to defend this pawn. We also have rook f8, which is probably better. Knight there, we go check with the discovered attack, and then we take. Queen takes, pawn takes, and I think that's fine. They decide to trade off, though, which is interesting. I'll go there. Take this with the discovered, unless they go knight back there. They do go knight back there, which is fine. Yeah. We're even on pawns, right? So we can just play this safe. Let's go d6, look for e5, knight takes, pawn takes. Freeing up our bishop on this g-pawn. And if they push, when I think we go... Pushing is interesting, actually. We probably go knight d6. No, knight a6, but then c4. They go there. Adding another defender onto that. Okay. Let's go king f6. Is an interesting one. Again, adding another attacker onto the e5 square. They have checked, but then I think we block, right? I think we block. Surely. We could do king takes there. Pawn takes or king takes. We probably do king takes to keep these three together. And then we're playing an equal endgame. It's awkward because our sort of pawns are stuck on light squares, but we are looking for e5, f5 as well to get these stuck on dark squares. Prevent this pawn from pushing. So I think king takes is the right call. I think. knight, rook back. I think we meet with e4. They take, so we'll do takes. You check there. Surely check there we go. Thing about f5, it's after there. They have knight there, which is annoying. Knight there, king g5, knight takes. Then e4. No, e4 just bishop takes, right? Ugh. King h5? King h5 isn't insane. It's not insane. I don't think. There is potential that we're blocking ourselves off from the action a bit there. However, I think it's fine. I think it's fine, hopefully. King down. Probably just king g4, right? Where's the knight going? King there. Oh, they go there. Okay. Now we go e5. e5 takes, knight takes. Knight takes, pawn takes. I think is fine for us. So we'll go e5. Knight there is fine. We just go knight g5. Oh, knight g5, knight back check, and we repeat. We're threatening as well. Knight takes. Knight takes is the problem. I thought with the discovered fork threat would be interesting, but no. Yeah, no. We're also threatening potentially takes. Would be interesting. Isolating this pawn. We have these stuck on dark squares, which is probably a bonus. I don't really want to move this pawn either because it's stopping king f4. So maybe we do pawn takes. Because we don't really want the king to be able to get into... As you know, knight takes is fine because it forces knight takes, pawn takes, and now the king can't actually get there. With the bishop cutting off this as well, it's quite nice actually. So it's a fork on the knight and the bishop. And then we've got two pawns. One's actually a passer. And this stops this being a passer actually as well. So we're the one with the passed pawn, which is really interesting. We'll go king g5. Then look for f5, e4. I think. Either that or we get the king away and take the g pawn. Is interesting as well. They go there. Okay. I think we can go f5 here. I don't see why we can't go f5. Pawn push, we have f4 ourselves. Which is good. Because the bishop, again, is cutting off this. Now, we could even go up. Going up's insane, right? I don't know if... It's not insane. It's not insane. I hate to say it, it's not insane. e4. e4. e4 push, push. King there. Takes. Takes. There, right? Is just really, really nice. Let's go e4. Let's go e4. Why not? Bishop there, check again. And then we do actually win this pawn. Oh, en passant. Oh, en passant, surely. Oh, I didn't calculate that. I didn't calculate that at all. En passant check. King takes push. Where does the king go? En passant check, king takes push, bishop there. King g5. Surely that's drawn. King G5. Then surely we want to go... Yeah, I think we do this and play it slow, and we go bishop a6. They have a really important move here, bishop b3, to go c4 and be really, really annoying. I think is key for them. We could potentially go bishop d5. They don't do it. There, takes, bishop takes is so interesting. It's ridiculous. So interesting. I really want to do it. I really want to do it. I really want to do it. If I can get to d3, that's surely winning. Right? Threatening to push. Push. King there. Push. King there. Pawn up. Is surely really, really good, right? Bishop there takes. They have to go c4 here, and I'm really tempted to take. Bishop takes, king takes with 2 passed pawns. They go there. They can't allow that. They cannot allow that. Check, king down. Up. King there, pawn up. Surely. There, king, there. They go for that. Well, check first. They go there. That is even worse because now we have an unstoppable f2 with mate. Right? Because it's cutting off all these. Checkmate. Bosh. That was beautiful. They definitely made a few mistakes in the end game, by the way. Also, 1 game off 2,000. Are you joking? Where did that come from? I have no clue. Oh my gosh. That's insane. Yeah, that was a really cool game. I really enjoyed that. Yeah. So, we had 82.7 versus a 71.7. 2150 for us, 1650 for our opponent. They had a few times where they were on top slightly, but yeah, towards the end, we just got it. Dodgy London system, you know how it goes. We take, and it was actually bishop d6, and it was in fact h4. Was in fact h4. Because takes, you still get the check, and now you've got the bishop supporting that with instant pressure on the g-pawn. I knew it was something to do with that. I didn't know whether it was g4 or not. G4 not good, because obviously the rook's undefended, which is why we went to f6 to allow g4, which was actually the right move straight away. Takes, rook takes, queen takes. What's the line there? H takes, rook takes h8, check, yeah, queen takes h8, knight df2, yeah, queen f6, check, nice. Oh, and then you're threatening their mate. Oh, wow. King g1, yeah, bishop takes f3, g3, sorry, yeah. Knight to e4 is annoying. Fork that, really annoying. Bishop h2, check. Check, king takes, queen h4. No. Queen h6. Oh, and then you win this pawn, winning the knight. Oh my gosh, that's insane. That's ridiculous. Yeah, wow, I love that so much. G4. Apparently we ignore this and take, which is insane to me. Yeah, really insane. I guess this isn't going anywhere. We took, traded off, took, and then started develop. We got in a bit of trouble here. I'm not going to lie. We missed this fork, which is silly. I really shouldn't have missed that. Yeah. Too quick to get the bishop out. Luckily, they didn't go for the critical line. I'll tell you why this is bad. We'll run through it again. Queen e7. Huge blunder because of check. This is actually mate, so you have to go queen f8. At which point, knight takes with check is despicable, really. Takes, rook takes, knight back. That's all she wrote. Apparently not even the best move. You go there, I guess. Oh, take the free bishop. Damn. Yeah, even worse. Luckily, they traded off. We were wrong to take this pawn. Ooh! Please elaborate. I'm guessing like a rook h7. No. Knight takes? No. Please elaborate. Please elaborate. You go there? You go there? Is the knight trapped? Not trapped, but you give it up to get it back in the game. Apparently, that's insane to me. So what happens if you save your knight by going like there, I guess? Oh, and then this? Oh, when the rook comes in as well. Oh, that looks scary. That looks very, very scary. Anyway, queen takes. I was happy with that trade-off. And this is where things start going our way, I think. We get the king up, which potentially isn't ideal, and we trade off the rooks. And it is probably drawn as this. The computer is obviously right. But I think it could easily swing either way. It could easily swing either way. They either push this pass pawn with our king completely out the way, or we get like this. We saw the connected pass pawns, which are scary. We push, takes, and I like this position here. The computer still says it's drawing, but with this bishop, these pawns just work so well together. I mean, where it's just pushing the king back with every move. This is a really interesting move, which I thought was fine. This, I thought we just go e3, right? King there, and then take. King takes there. I thought was really interesting. But I guess you just play the 3 versus 2, and eventually I have to move my bishop, and you just take, and then everything just comes off, which makes sense. But they went this g4 move, and apparently h4 is the move, which I considered. But I really wanted to stick around this side and not just get completely boxed off, you know. Apparently you can go here. And then you should bring the king around anyway. Is a bishop e4 here good? It's okay. Yeah, the problem with our move is that they have to play c4 here, which is devastating. I would consider taking. Goes back to drawing. So you are, in fact, drawing if you take. But there is still a win here. After c4, the win is e3. And then you just reroute to the other method, I guess, which is cool. But they slow down. We managed to free up the bishop permanently. And then this is just devastating. The fact they didn't go down is even worse, because they allow us to get e3 in. If they go down, things get a bit more complicated. What did I think here? What was I thinking? Was I thinking an e2? e2? Apparently goes back to drawing. f3. Oh, bishop there, but then king takes. This. Oh, and you can still take. You can still take. Duh. Let's. Well, we're glad they didn't do that, I guess. Yeah, I want to see what the best move is then. Bishop to c2, and you come around this way. Ah, that's tricky. With a fork as well on this pawn, and then all of a sudden this just ties up, and you can potentially get even another pass pawn. Wow. That's insane. Let's see what the computer plays out for a minute. Yeah, hit this. Perfect. You can think about a b5 here. I would definitely consider. Bishop d7. Well, surely that's just completely winning then, right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is pretty simple stuff. And we got a nice promotion, mate, which is always cool to see. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like if you liked. Please subscribe if you really liked. And I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Bye-bye.